Alright, cool. So let's say today is the 20th or the 3rd, and it's about 11 o'clock. So we're doing a quick update as to what we're looking at. Alright, market structure wise, potential trades and whatnot, right? So far for the week we get some good ones, right? Predominantly gold, what we just showed here, kind of choppy. Right? We only breaking all-time highs and we're getting some pressure. And with like how we move on it breaking it running and then it pull it back on, and it's a fight now because of where the market is, right? So my sentiments, unless we get some clean setups, I would go easy. But the currency is moving great, right? So we starting off with GBP USD. So my though study how we're looking right now, right? We will get into it. So we currently test the trend line recently, and we have upward movement. We have buying pressure, right? So the connected one to keep headed up the road, right? No problem. We getting higher highs continuously, right? So if we come down here to, let's say, the 4 hour, right? The 4 hour high, or let me see, not the 4 hour high, the daily high, right? The daily high would be somewhere up by the dollar mark, $.34, right? $.34, 337, anyway up there. Right, so that's all the ultimate target that we head into, right? That is the daily, the highs. That's essentially what we're looking at, right? So that is the ultimate target. Now, currently where the price trading, we see we making a series of higher highs coming up, dude, right? We're breaking structures and we're pushing up. Now, what I'm looking to see to get to ultimately up in this range here is we need to get this high broken, right? Now, we're on the daily, but we're looking to get this high broken to potentially push up to this level here, right? I believe we get some trades lower down here sometime in the week, or last week probably. So we have some zones marked up here. So we're coming down to the entry or execution time frame, which is only 15 minutes. Now, to get that potential move, we need to get a series of things, right? So right now we form a double bottom here on the 15 minute, right? And this is a sign of reversal, so we could potentially push up to get the move. Now, in order to get that move, we need the market to show us that it continuing going in that direction, right? So this is the 15-minute high here. Once the 15-minute high is broken and we get the break and retest shot, I usually enter. So TP1 on GBP USD would be 1.30141, right? That's the higher after the 15-minute level is broken here. So we could take some profits at that level, right? TP2 would be the 1.3019 area, right? That's the next high within this range here for it to potentially turn around. So remember, we traded within a certain range, right? So right now we're only 1 hour, so you might see the structure a bit more clear, right? So once the market could push and break this area here, you'll take first TP at this high here, and if you go up to the 4 hour, let's see if we get a nice clean structure on the 4 hour to show you all. Not getting it. We will take profits at this high here, right? So that would be TP2, and then once you break above TP2 and close above this structure entirely, then we can target all the way up here. As I say, I will leave it open. I will leave this open and ride the wave till we end up quite up in this area here, right? So that's what we're looking at for GBP USD. Currently, we have the setup incoming. Right, the setup is incoming. All we need is the 15-minute high to be broken to confirm a move upward. Right? So I have a alert set at the 1.29843 area. Once the market breaks, closes above, then we can look for entry and then target those TPs. Right? But for right now, we don't have much going on the GBP USD. So on gold, we reached up all-time highs and we got a big sell-off this morning. I was actually happy to see it. Right? That means that the market was able to create a structure. So if we start on the daily, right, we would see that we're trading within this range here. Right? The range is the high of the 3057 area and the low of the 3022 area. So we could see we can push up, we break into this level here, we get a pullback, a rejection, we went bullish, and then we come and we get with this form of resistance here, and we come and we touch back support, which was the previous support, right? Now, um, anything below this area here. So if you could see the structure clearly here, right? Anything below this area here of the 21 area is a potential sell zones, right? Because this will be the low broken. So once the low is broken, comes below, then we could look for lower prices, right? And once you break above this 50-minute high here, because remember that is the strategy. Once we could get break above this 50-minute high here, which is looking like it's approaching, then we could probably get entries, and I would hold until a possible next break at all-time highs, or I would go straight up to this supply zone here, right? So the target on goal would be, so I would stop a little bit short, right? So the target on goal would be this area here, which would be the 3055 area. Right, I'll be targeting this area once we break this structure here, and we will go up the road with it, right? So that is what I'll be looking at on gold. Cool. So gold relatively looking alright. It's shaping up to potentially give us that move. Once it stays below this range here, is a no go. Once it stays above this range here, same thing, is a no go. Right, only when structure is broken would I look to take entries. Right, on the GBP AUD, we got monster trade on this last night. Unfortunately, I didn't hold. It was a little too choppy, and I needed to sleep properly. Goal wasn't doing what I wanted it to do, and I just wanted out the market to be able to reset, right? So but I remember I did hold on to it, and he got you, right. And once again, close right before the market push up, and I hold through all the drawdown, and then close before profits, right. But that's how it does go sometimes. So we get this big push. Well, I could clean up this market though. Clean up this. Right. So we're looking at on the GBP AUD. If you start on the daily, is we could see where we targeting. Right. So on the GBP AUD on the daily, we targeting these highs up here. Now to get up there, we need to find support and resistance, apply the man, and then break that zone. Right. So we need the high of, let me say, the 2.0897997 area. We need that area to be broken in order to this resistance area to be broken in order to get those higher prices, right? So what we're looking at here is we inside this little structure, so we could draw support right here, right? Anything below here would then now be we could then look for sells, right? But anything above it, we push it on for buys. We still anticipating buys. Now, if we come down right, to the 4 everything line up, nice. So if we come down to the 15-minute, right, on the GBP AUD here, what we're looking for is for this area to get broken, right, to possibly go up into that. So we need this area here. Alright. We need this 15-minute area here to get broken. Alright. So only when this area here is broken would I then take trades for the highs, right? First target would be these charts though, these currency charts don't treat me nice at all, but what I'll be looking at is right a break above this zone will take us up here into these territories. So I will take profits. So we're supposed to already wait for this whole thing to break, but we could get something before then. Alright, so I'd look for profits. First TP. Once the zone broken here, I'd be in this is what, yeah, it's a nice little movement. First TP would be at the 20.00. Make sure I say that correctly. 20.07579. Yeah, you can leave it as this, right? Man, so this will be target here. Alright, so once we break above here, this will be target. Cool. So we're looking at this potential move on the GBP on the GBP AUD, right? We need the structure to be broken at this level here, the 2.06282 area. Once we get a break above that, we will target this area up here. And then lastly for Bitcoin, what Bitcoin doing? Right. So for Bitcoin, we need the highs of 86,000 to be broken. Once we get a break and a close above that, the target would then become the next structural high, which would be the 91,010. Now, when I would take TP there, and because cryptos just move so wild, I'll take TP here and wait to see if we could get a break at the trend line. Right, that's what I'll be looking for with Bitcoin. Only when it really breaks the trend line, then I could say, well, yeah, Bitcoin might be going up. Right, so I'll just take TP here, right? Be contented, and then only if it break past, because this is a strong trend line here. So only if you could break past this trend line and close and reach that sum above, would I then look at Bitcoin for potentially bigger moves, and then I'll still take profits as we go along, right? So that's what we're looking at here. So I could go on the chart and see which one I like and could potentially want to take a trade from or off of, and we could, you'll see what we get. I'll keep monitoring them, and in the meantime, once I see anything lining up, I'll send the trades in the group, right? So this is just a quick analysis. Before we get a potential move, today's Thursday. If we don't get anything today or anything small tomorrow, because tomorrow is Friday, so tomorrow's already a trap day. I wouldn't bother to enter the markets. We will come on Sunday for class, and then see what we get for the week, and then we bang them out again, right? So I don't know them.